Hello, my name is JThomas, and I'm going to be presenting to you my presentation, my end-of-year presentation surrounding Romeo and Juliet. And this presentation will encompass an explanation of the steps that I carried out, the lesson planning goals, the adaptations and reasonings behind those adaptations, as well as a video of the online product and some pictures of the offline product. Okay, lesson topic and goals. Okay, so for my AT lesson, I decided to base it on the students that I normally service within my job, which are ninth grade students. So this lesson is a ninth grade ELA lesson being rolled out in an inclusion setting. And that inclusion setting is comprised of general education students as well as students diagnosed with specific learning disability within the area of reading. So the present unit that the kids are grappling with is that of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. And the essential question is, how does love direct our actions and behaviors? Some of the materials used for this project are a projector, laptop, speakers, of course the PowerPoint for the online product, the offline product, as well as highlighters. The end goal is to prepare students for a Socratic seminar surrounding the text of Romeo and Juliet, as well as the subsequent end-of-unit assessment surrounding the same text. Okay, adaptations and reasoning for said adaptations. So essentially the adaptations and differentiation taking place within this particular project, they took the form of the offline product, which essentially was just a printed game board which mimicked the online PowerPoint, the interactive online PowerPoint tool. And the purpose of creating this offline tool was to provide additional support to those students requiring remediation. So the idea is that the students will be presented with the same questions as introduced in the online tool, but these questions will be printed and they'll be paired with an explanation or a hint, as I like to call it. And they'll also be given access to chunked excerpts from the Romeo and Juliet text in the original version, as well as in modern day language, so that they can follow along. The students will be able to look at the explanations of the questions as well as the chunk text during the game in order to keep up with their peers. Which of the following is an example of love affecting Romeo's actions from the play?
Y'all ready for this?
What is the reason that Romeo leaves Mercutio and Benvolio after the masquerade? Let's see what happens if we get an answer wrong. Well, that's not so pleasant. Next question. What does Romeo and Juliet's first kiss tell us about their thinking?
Y'all ready for this?
I know you can't really see, but this blue circle here, the writing says need teammate to block. For whatever reason, this application has cut that circle off. But let's see what happens if we need a teammate of ours to block for us. Oh, okay, so we see that one of the incorrect answer choices is then eliminated, which helps a lot. Which of the following best shows Juliet's unyielding love for Romeo? And of course, it's the suicide scene, so this would be the correct response, letter B.
Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this?
Sorry about that. The mouse is pretty sensitive. I'm working with a Mac here. Okay, so which of the following shows that Juliet's thinking is affected by love directly following her cousin's death? Okay. So as you can see, all of these answer choices are from the original version of William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. However, the offline version, which you'll see shortly in the remainder of the presentation, has an adapted version or an adaptation paired along with each of these quotes so that students who need that remediation and that extra support can actually understand what the quotes mean. And of course, it's A.
Y'all ready for this?
All right, so I think you have the gist of this presentation. In my opinion, it's a lot of fun. It involves sports, which a lot of students like, and also, you know, a little love and basketball twist to Romeo and Juliet, which is a classic. I hope you all enjoyed it. Okay, really quickly, this slide is pretty much similar to the slide that we just saw. These are additional questions, so there are a total of 10 questions in all. And as you can see, all of these questions are also paired with hints to break down the question a little bit better, as well as translations for all of the Shakespearean language and the answer choices. Okay, so as mentioned before, in conjunction with the translation of the Shakespearean language and modern day language, as well as the hints that are paired alongside all of the questions within the game, those students also received the text. And if you look here, you'll see on the left, this is an example of, it's from Act 1, Scene 1 of the text. And on the left, this is the Shakespearean language. And then on the right, it's paired with the modern day language or the modern day translation so that students are able to follow along with the text in order to find the correct answer choices. Okay, so the connection, essentially the connection between the online and the offline products Those students requiring additional remediation will essentially have access to the printed slides, which encompass hints paired along with each question, and then also translations coupled with each answer choice involving Shakespearean language. These students are also given an adapted version of Romeo and Juliet with the original text side by side in order to foster accessibility.